Martha, My Dear was written by Paul McCartney, and while it's credited to Lennon-McCartney, this one's all Paul. The song dropped in November 1968 on The Beatles. You know it as the White Album. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. Martha wasn't a secret girlfriend or a lost love. Martha was Paul's Old English sheepdog, his first pet actually. He got her in 1966 and she quickly became a huge part of his life, especially during the chaos of Beatlemania. Paul has always been open about Martha's influence. He said that even at the height of his fame, Martha gave him a sense of grounding and comfort, something no amount of money or adoration could replace. John Lennon, who was famously guarded, was apparently amazed to see Paul so affectionate with an animal. "I've never seen you like that before," John told him. Paul later reflected that you only get that kind of relaxed, loving vibe when you're hanging out with a dog. Musically, Martha, My Dear is a bit of a show-off piece for Paul. He wasn't a trained pianist, but he wanted to push himself, so he wrote the song as a kind of self-imposed piano lesson. It's got this quirky, almost vaudeville feel, with brass and string arrangements by George Martin. Paul played almost everything himself: vocals, piano, bass, guitar, drums, even hand claps. The only other musicians were the session players brought in for the strings and horns. On the surface, the lyrics sound like Paul's singing to a woman, lines like, "Hold your head up, you silly girl," and "Don't forget me." This led a lot of fans to think the song was about his then-recent breakup with actress Jane Asher. Some even claimed specific lines referenced her alleged affair while she was away with the Old Vic Theatre. But Paul has always denied this. He's said straight up that the song is about Martha, and any romantic interpretations are just people reading too much into it. In fact, he joked that the relationship was platonic, believe me. However, in his book The Lyrics, published in 2021, Paul admitted that while the song is about Martha, the lyrics morph as the song goes on. Martha kind of turns into a person. He also revealed that around the time he wrote it, a relative came to him for advice about an affair, and that might have subconsciously influenced the words. So while it's not about Jane Asher, there's a layer of real-life drama baked into the song's DNA. Martha herself became a bit of a Beatles icon. She even shows up in Beatles lore and pop culture. She lived to be 15, passing away in 1981 at Paul's farm in Scotland. One of her puppies, Arrow, made it onto the cover of Paul's 1993 album, Paul is Live. For fans, Martha represents a more human side of Paul, a reminder that even a rock legend needs a loyal companion. Martha, My Dear stands out because it's both universal and deeply personal. It's a love song, but not in the way you'd expect. It's about the unconditional, uncomplicated love between a man and his dog, a sentiment that's as relatable now as it was in 1968. And for Beatles fans, it's a window into Paul's world at a time when everything else was spinning out of control.